education and assistance to researchers at any career stage.
EURAXESS supports the European research area in its ambition to create a single, borderless market for research, innovation, and technology across the EU.
We support researchers in mobility, careers within and beyond academia, innovation, and entrepreneurship.
We strive to enhance scientific collaboration between Europe and the world.
Hi, welcome to EURAXESS Smart Talks. Today we are exploring what Germany has to offer for international researchers. To guide us, we are joined by Vitaliy Bondarenko, coordinator of the EURAXESS Germany network, one of the largest networks that comprises of 107 support centers across the country. We are also can hear from Imme Burkart-Jürgens from the University of Greifswald EURAXESS Service Center, who supports researchers in mobility and other issues through their journey to Germany, and brilliant researcher Diclehan Ulucan, a doctoral researcher in computer science and image processing at Greifswald, supported by the Friedrich Naumann Foundation for Freedom. So join us today to discover research opportunities, support system, and real-life experience in Germany. Hello, our first guest today is Vitaliy Bondarenko. Vitaliy, you are welcome on the podcast.
I would like to start by pointing out that we work on behalf of our ministry, of the Federal Ministry for Education and Research, and our job is to coordinate the German EURAXESS network. Currently, we are 107 higher education institutions and research organizations from Germany. 70 of them have signed the European Declaration of Commitment. So we are one of the biggest networks in Europe. And our job is basically to connect the political level represented by our ministry with the practical one represented by our institutions. The political level is responsible for issuing certain legal regulations, and the practical level implements them. And in this regard, we provide our institutions with this information about political decisions, but at the same time, we also collect their feedback, how well those regulations are being implemented, what is functioning well, and where we might need some adjustment. And this communication in both ways, we believe this is happening to a mutual satisfaction of all parties involved, and we can create a win-win situation for all. And this is basically our general motto for the entire coordination of the German network.
This sounds actually very great. I also was exploring how the strategic papers of the government are put into practice, and whether they, for example, if they need some adjustments. And it is always like that, because we do not have current monitoring of the situation. Situation changes, we also change, and institutional preferences also probably could have changed. So how you usually approach this when you have this feedback from the institutions? What do you do with that? Do you implement it on a governmental level, or you just take it into consideration in order to bring all the current information and then communicate it to the policymakers?
Let me provide an example just to make it clear. For example, we have in Germany quite a few researchers coming from third countries to Germany without an employment contract. So they are normally coming with a fellowship from their own countries, or with a fellowship provided by a German funding agency, like the German Academic Exchange Service, for example. And if they don't have an employment contract, they are not allowed, or they used to be not allowed to join the statutory health insurance in Germany. So they were required to take out a private one. And the private health insurance covers only the basic medical treatment. So basically, this is a great option for those who are young, healthy, and single, because just the basic treatment and quite cheap. But if you are a bit older, if you have some medical conditions, uh, if you are a woman and want to have kids, if you have family with you, all those things are not included and must be paid separately in a private insurance. The consequence was that we uh, used to lose many researchers because they were simply not able to afford this private medical insurance. And we at the EURAXESS network, we gathered this feedback from institutions. We set up a working group within our network. This working group produced a position paper describing this problem and suggesting a solution. And our job was to connect the network with the political level. And at the end of the day, we were successful. So from March of this year, those researchers have optional access to the statutory health insurance. It means if you are young, you can still take out the private one. But if you are coming with your family, or if you have medical conditions, you have the option to take the statutory one. And this is a huge advantage for those researchers. And this is one example how we managed to connect this practical and the political level.
Excellent services, but how long does it took you to develop all these things?
Well, of course, in a democracy, nothing happens quickly. This is normal. Of course, you need. The first step was to set up this working group, to prepare this position paper, to have contact with the ministry. And our Ministry for Education and Research is, of course, not in charge of medical treatment. So basically, we need a cooperation with the Ministry for Health, and so on and so forth. So this process took some time. But for me, what is crucial is the result in the end, because we managed to convince the political level that this is important to provide this option, because it might have been forgotten, and we are losing researchers because of this reason. And we were able to provide even some numbers and to calculate. Of course, you need to calculate also the expenses as a ministry, and this takes some time. But again, crucial for us is to see the result.
Yes, definitely. We are not talking here about couple of researchers. That definitely is the case when you had a lot of inquiries about that. So, could you maybe describe the EURAXESS services that you usually provide in Germany?
Well, I have started with this working group dealing with health insurance. We have another one. We have another working group dealing with visa and residence permits. And this working group has provided a handout for visa regulations for researchers from third countries. Issuing visas, this is another big topic uh, where things can be improved, and we have the contact with the political level, with political actors, and this is why we are cooperating over our ministry with the German Foreign Office. And the Foreign Office is responsible for German diplomatic missions abroad. who are in charge for issuing visas. And the handout we have provided, um, it is published on our website, and we offer our institutions to use it in their daily practice. And the advantage of it is that this handout has been agreed with the German Foreign Office, and we hope that we will find a clear track for issuing visas, because sometimes it's not easy to recognize if somebody coming to a diplomatic mission abroad and trying to apply for a visa. As a researcher, you need a certain package of documents, and sometimes it varies what kind of documents are required in this country or in that country. And we are trying to find with this handout a clear track to uh, to be offered to researchers, but also to our institutions and to diplomatic missions abroad.
There's a tendency to think of like a middleman in terms between government and the academic practical side as maybe being a little bit clunky or not as efficient. But it sounds like from what you're saying, both in terms of the health services and the navigating and providing a solution to that disconnect, as well as the visa issue, that you guys are really fixing the practical problems. You're really putting the governmental policies into practice on the academic practical level.
Exactly, Jacob. This is why we are called bridgehead organization. We are bridging,
Right.
the
You're, re-
practical and the political levels.
you're really
Indeed.
living up to the name.
Yeah.
It is also significant that everyone in this ecosystem knows about you, that you are bridging the gap. So everyone are aware. But you named it different governmental institutions. What, like Minister of Health, Minister, of course, is logical. Cooperation partner is Minister of Science and Education. Do you of foreign affairs, you also told us that you contacted, so um, on the ministerial level, what are your usual partners for cooperation?
Uh, Here we work always over our ministry, because we are contractor of our ministry, and of course, the way is that we reach out to our ministry, we report to them, we make them aware of certain problems we have discovered as a network. And as I said, this is a mutual win-win, because they are also interested to have this feedback, and our institutions are interested in maybe a political adjustment and new regulations, because they are on the forefront and they know what's going on. This is the situation we have. And to reply to your comment, Jacob, in mean we as a BHO, the coordinator of the German network, we also provide a unique platform for our institutions. We have 2 times per year, we have a big national event, and our EURAXESS conferences. And we have one in Bonn. Here we are situated in Bonn, Germany, but also one at one of the institutions. This is how we proceed with this. And this centralized conference in Bonn, it is focused on overarching and comprehensive topics with regard to political and legal development, whereas decentralized conferences being conducted at institutions, they promote institutional best practice and regional focal points.
On that topic, what does the cooperation between you and you as the BHO and the EURAXESS service centers look like on a day-to-day basis, or in general between the services you provide and they provide?
Well, first of all, of course, these conferences 2 times per year, the entire network is coming together and they exchange their best practice. They talk to each other. They see, wow, there are many people dealing with same problems like me, and this is very encouraging for the entire network. We have these working groups delivering these position papers and trying to resolve some issues and reaching out to the political level. And of course, we have our portal where we publish information for researchers, but the portal is also aimed at our institutions to help them with their daily work. These are basically the means we use to work with our network.
I know that this week or previous week you had this networking event. How do you usually shape them? What does it look like? Do they have like brainstorm sessions or breakout rooms where they can discuss common issues? Uh, what does it look like? Just an example,
First
please.
of all, it is in presence. So we prefer
Mhm.
to have it not online, but in presence, just to make it possible for people to get to know each other. Because we are all humans and this personal contact is very important. And indeed, we normally start with the newcomer session. So basically, all new people in the network, they are invited to join this newcomer session. They have the opportunity to introduce themselves, to get to know all the other colleagues. And this is how we include them into the network. Then we have mm, sort of political actor talking about certain upcoming things. Let's say we had our conference just a week ago in Bonn here, and we had authority responsible for visa digitalization in Germany, and this would be a great step forward. And we had a representative from this institution explaining how the process is going to be carried out. And then we have some workshops. Normally, we offer four workshops, and we split the entire audience, which are around 120 people, in four different workshops. And then we are reporting from those workshops. Of course, we have a dinner all together after that. And then the second day, uh, we have a best practice from the network. We have best practice from maybe other partner institutions. And then at the end, we have the so-called World Cafe format. So basically, several, or normally also four topics we discuss within groups, and you have like 15 to 20 minutes per around, and you change those groups and get to know what's going on around these topics. This is how it's happening. So we offer our events normally uh, on 2 days in a lunch to lunch mode.
That's very good, I would say, for your access BHOs to hear, you know.
Our next guest is Imme Burkart-Jürgens. Hello, Imme. How are you?
Okay, hello. Yes, my name is Imme, and I'm working in the Welcome Center of the University of Greifswald. And yes, how did it all start? By chance, I got to know about this job. And over the years, so I have to say that I started already in 2009, so 15 years now. And it's a perfect job for me. So I really love it. And yes, how to say, so it's really perfect. So it fits into my interest and into my personality. So I'm very open and I talk a lot, and I like to share my knowledge and give information, even if it's not asked for, and all these things. And
Helping people, so yeah.
yeah, exactly. And yes, well, so that's how it all came, and I'm still happy with it. I'm very happy with it.
So you have mentioned that you started since 2009, and probably the service center already was there, and you joined, or you like from the very beginning with this service center?
So the service center started in 2009, and because the university won a competition by the former EURAXESS BHO Alexander von Humboldt Foundation. So they set up a competition, and our university won this competition, which included a funding for the first 3 years to start with the Welcome Center and EURAXESS Service Center. And so I was the person who who set up the whole Welcome Center thing at our university. So it's my baby. So it's not a baby anymore. It's grown up.
It's in teens.
Yes.
Teens.
Yes, and after the 3 years, the university took over the funding. So that's why I'm still here and still working in the Welcome Center.
Wow. So you must be very proud to share all the information about your baby.
Yeah.
And you know everything. You're the correct person to ask the questions.
Yeah, correct. So
I would like to talk about the communication with researchers. Could you tell us a little bit about the best practices that you use to communicate with researchers and integrate with them in the university?
yes, I try to give every single international researcher the feeling that they are welcome. So it's always this welcoming thing, and what I also over the years found out. So I really like to support female researchers, especially female researchers coming from countries where they don't have this equal standing in research. And yes, to give them the or to try to give them the more self-consciousness or something like that, so that they know that in Germany it's that they are equal. So it doesn't matter if you're male or female. It's the research that counts. So the best practices. So I made some notes about it. So yes. So there is one thing my international love, and it's a thing outside universities. So it's we call it's a get together, a regular get together, very informal. In Germany, we've got this term Stammtisch. So it's a regular meeting once a month in a pub where you get German beer and German food. And so it's this kind of gathering with others and other international, just informal, no speech or something. So we are not Rotary or service, something like that. It's just chatting to each other, have a good time, and to see that you're not alone as an international in Greifswald. And yes, that is very popular. So I have to admit, it used to be. So at Corona, I was not allowed to do it. And afterwards, I had for technical reason, it was not possible to restart it, but we will do that next year again.
lucky to have Imme on the other side of it.
Come to Greifswald.
Danke.
Oh yes, why not next year? So yes, and it's not just like it's not just me, but I have to say that in Germany we've got a very strong EURAXESS, a very active bridgehead organization, but also our network is very active. And I know not most of them. Yeah, I think I know most of the colleagues in the other service centers, and I can really say for the internationals, please, when you come to Germany, to a university, don't be shy to contact them. They are all very friendly, and they are always willing to help.
Thank you.
Our third guest today is Diclehan Ulucan. Hello, Diclehan. Welcome to the podcast.
Hello, and thank you for inviting me.
Thank you very much for joining us. And please tell us a little bit about your background.
So as you mentioned, I'm actually an electrical electronics engineer, but I continue my studies in the field of computer vision. And I had started in the end of my bachelor's to work in this field. Since I want to stay in academia, I decided to go abroad and make a different experience. So I came to Germany, where I currently pursuing my PhD degree.
Very nice. It's not very usual for women to go in this field, probably. Why you chose it?
Because unfortunately, the number of women in my field is lower than the number of men, but it's increasing, so it's actually nice. In my bachelor's years, I had taken a course related to computer vision, and the fact that we can extract information from one image by using just a few tools had fascinated me. Before that, I had no experience with such applications. And then I worked on a project in this field and also did my bachelor thesis in this field. And then I just continued working in it. And I'm working in different fields of computer vision since.
Logical development of your interest through the obtaining different stages of degrees. Okay, and can you specify probably about the what exactly it is what you are extracting from images and exactly like what you are doing with them?
Okay. In my PhD thesis, I'm working in the field of intrinsic image decomposition, and intrinsic images are features of images. For instance, I'm working to extract the distance between objects in an image or to find about the lighting conditions or the reflectance of objects. By extracting such features, we can ease different applications.
Oh, does this something that sounds for me like concerning also this virtual reality, artificial intelligence,
Yes, exactly.
everything like this is of hype right now?
Yes,
and very much on the agenda.
Yes, it can be used from virtual reality to medical imaging applications in various fields.
Oh, good. But how did you find out about, for example, EURAXESS and which service center you needed?
After I got accepted from Professor Makrebna, he said that there is an international office at the university, and me and my husband, we checked the university webpage and contacted the Welcome Center, and we asked about various things related to our arrival here. And after that, we had frequent contact with EURAXESS.
Good. So they supported you in your transition from Turkey to Germany. Great. But how you found the professor, for example, to contact?
My PhD supervisor, you mean, right?
Yeah.
we checked different universities in Germany and looked where they have a computer vision department or a computer science department that's working in the fields we're interested in. And then we found our professor, Professor Makebna, and sent him an email, told him about our background and what we want to do and what we pursue. And afterwards, we had interviews, and everything went well. And we came in the end to Greifswald.
So it was your initiative. It wasn't like job offer on the portal.
And no, not on a portal. We had seen his webpage, and it was stating that he's looking for PhD students. And then we just wrote an email and sent him our document.
And what exactly the support did you need from the service center?
So we came here during the pandemic. So
It's a very good time.
A lot of stuff. We came here during the pandemic, and we needed information about many things. For instance, we wanted to know about the vaccination procedures and also the possible quarantine situation. But aside from that, of course, we needed information about the banking system, the insurance system, and about residence permits, and what we need to do when we arrive in Germany or in Greifswald, what we need to take care of.
Okay, and how long did it took you actually to go through all these bureaucratic procedures?
So first we applied for a visa in Turkey, and although there was a pandemic, it actually went very well. It didn't take that much time, and we received our visas and came here. After we arrived, it went actually pretty quick. So this service center gave us a document, and it was stating what we need to do. And we just followed the list and completed all of the bureaucratic work. And in a short amount of time, everything was done.
Oh, nice! So we can present you as a success case.
Yes, so certainly it helps that the Welcome Center gave us instructions and told us exactly what we needed to do, and we just followed that, and that was great help.
But as you are now integrated into the community of other researchers in Germany, do you still have any cooperation activities with Service Center?
Actually, I do. We go to international conferences, and we go to, of course, different countries. Sometimes we need information about a possible visa application or about things we need to take into account while going to a country. And apart from that, I came here as a scholarship holder, but after more than a year, I became a research assistant, and I needed to change my residence permit. So I also had help about that.
Good. So they are supporting you even throughout your working days now.
Yes, exactly. So when we need help about something, sending emails and asking her what I need and what I can do, what would be the best way to solve some issue or a question.
So what would your advice be to researchers that are now looking at the EURAXESS network?
So I would say certainly when you go to a new university or a new country, look for the webpage of the service center, or ask your supervisor, or if you know any your colleagues, about where to find information about your arrival in this country, this university, and contact the person, and don't be shy, just ask anything that comes to your mind. You're coming from a different country, from a different culture, and it's very normal that things are different in the country you're arriving at. And I don't think there are any wrong questions. You should just openly ask to get the best guidance. Even asking the simplest things is okay. And the people at the Welcome Center, at the Service Center, they are used to international students and international researchers. They know that people have different backgrounds and they need help on different things. So it's just okay to ask any question you have.
Anything important you would like to also to highlight to those who are thinking where to find themselves next?
I would say look for places that really interest you. And take initiative. So there doesn't have to be a job opening on the website or in the lab or university that you're applying to. You can just send an email to the person in charge and say, okay, this is me and I'm looking for this. This is my background. Can we talk? At least you would get some feedback, even if there's no position, or you get lucky and there is actually a position and you somehow find your way to get there. And afterwards, I would also advise after your arrival, stay in contact with the Welcome Center for all the questions. So they don't just support you during your arrival, but also later. And I'm not sure how many people are doing this, but it's a really nice way to get guidance.
Very good. So we covered do's, and what about don'ts?
I would say don't be shy. Just ask your questions, and to get best guidance, it's I think the best way if you just openly talk to people. When you don't know about something, it can also be something related to daily life. You can just contact the Welcome Center and say, I have such a problem. I don't know how to deal with this. Could you please help me?
May I ask a couple of more questions? First of all, why Germany? Did you intentionally thought that you would like to pursue your PhD degree in Germany?
Actually, yes. So the thing is, I was born in Germany and lived in my childhood in Germany, but then I was for a long time in Turkey and completed all my bachelor's and master's there. And since I wanted to continue in academia, I thought it would be nice to go abroad and have a different experience. And since I already speak the language and the working environment, I like the working environment here, the discipline that's here, and also I know in the field of engineering there is a lot of work going on in Germany. I preferred to apply here.
Good. So actually, one of my questions was also about the language. So it helps a lot, of course, if you are thinking about relocation, then you definitely should take into consideration that you will need to learn the language in case you don't know it yet. Thank you very much.
Thank you for listening to this episode of EURAXESS Smart Talks.
We hope you enjoyed this episode and can't wait to share more with you next time.
You can follow us and find more episodes on the EURAXESS portal or wherever you listen to podcasts.
This episode was prepared by audio engineer Pavle Drashkovich, outreach manager Daria Aksionova, production manager Jacob Wiesenfeld, editors Isar Pier and Miroslav Trajanovic.
This episode is published under the Creative Commons CC BY license.
Thanks for listening.